Yeah. So, so please tell us more about your work and your life.
बड़ौदा से मैं पॉल क्लिक का एग्जीबिशन देखने दिल्ली आया
Okay. And that was when?
1980.
Okay.
That was in National Gallery of Modern Art.
Okay.
But I thought I should not go empty-handed.
Okay.
So I took others' work for national exhibition
Right.
for submission.
Okay.
So I can gather some money
Right.
and come on also. So I bring around 15 artists' works with me,
Right.
deposited in the Lalit Kala,
Okay.
and saw the exhibition.
Okay.
And then went to Gadi Studios to look at.
Okay.
That was my first visit
To Gadi.
I heard about it, but I never been there.
Okay.
And Shanku Chaudhary was there,
Okay.
and he was dean previously in Baroda,
Right.
fine arts faculty.
Right.
So I went back again to Baroda,
Okay.
and in '82 I packed things and directly came to Gadi.
Okay.
And PD Dhumal was my teacher.
Uh-huh.
He told me, go and meet Shanku Chaudhary. Devraj is also there.
Uh-huh.
You will have no problem. So I just came to Gadi Studios, met Shanku Chaudhary.
Uh-huh.
ओहो धुमाल ने भेजा है तुम्हें, जाओ जाओ देवराज से मिलो and start work from tomorrow.
Okay.
So I was, but sir, I don't have place to stay.
Uh-huh.
Go to guest house,
Uh-huh.
stay there.
Right.
So I stayed almost 6 months
Wow.
in guest house. But every week I used to go to somebody's place,
Uh-huh.
and in the first thing in the morning on Monday again fresh admission for the guest house and again staying for a week.
Okay.
So for almost 6 months I was in studio,
Okay.
and Daroj was also there, PR Daroj.
Yeah, the road.
He got the scholarship, Gadi scholarship, and
Okay.
he was also staying in guest house.
Guest house.
So we were friends from Baroda.
Right.
So we stayed together afterwards in east of Kailash
Okay.
together for 3 years almost.
Okay.
So my day was early in the morning at 8 o'clock. I used to go to Gadi,
Okay.
get down at Lajpat Nagar, eat
Uh-huh.
something,
Uh-huh.
go to studio,
Uh-huh.
work till 9:30,
Okay.
take the last bus
9:30 till in the night.
at night,
Okay.
and come to ITO,
Uh-huh.
last bus.
Uh-huh.
From there, walking down to guest house, sleep there again in the morning.
Uh-huh.
M13, go to Gadi.
Go to Gadi. That was the routine basically.
That was the routine for 3 years. I was not having nowhere to go, nobody I knew. So
Uh-huh.
I was just slogging
Uh-huh.
and working and working and working. So I was trying to find out myself in the new city.
So you're exploring yourself basically.
Yes. So I did some lithographs.
Uh-huh.
I used to visit Triveni sometime
Okay.
and do some sketching of reflections. Again,
Triveni
I-
Kala Sangam.
Triveni Kala Sangam.
Right.
And go to CP,
Okay.
roam around.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have photographic camera or anything, but I used to sketch
Right.
and see things.
Okay.
And did some reflection series
Okay.
in 82, 83, 84.
Okay.
In some silk screen, some etchings, some woodcuts, and lithographs.
Okay.
That was my first encounter to find myself in the new city.
Right.
The reflection gives you opportunity to look at you
Right.
in a new perspective,
Right.
in new light.
Right.
So it may look like narcissist kind of
Uh-huh.
a thing,
Uh-huh.
but what one can do, because you don't know anybody, so you will try to
It's better
make
to understand yourself.
you have to make it yourself available and accessible both ways.
Right.
So your work must be visible to others.
Right.
People must see your work. And by chance, Alkazi came to Gadi Studio
Okay.
and he saw my work.
You're talking about Ibrahim Alkazi.
Yes.
Okay.
In '84,
Uh-huh.
he gave me a one-man show in Art Heritage.
With Art Heritage. Wow.
He saw my prints, and around 75 prints I
Uh-huh.
displayed from 79 to 84.
So that was your first solo.
First solo at Art Heritage.
Wow.
So that was the breakthrough, one can say.
Absolutely.
He saw my work, he liked my work, and
Right.
he gave me a show. What
Absolutely.
else you want?
What else you want?
So that was the beginning.
And in a way, he was the person who started
Yeah, he was
Progressive
very-
Art Group and all that.
He was from Pune. He was born in Pune.
Right.
So he was very soft for Pune. He
Right.
has soft corner for Pune.
He had.
So
Acha.
I told him about Pune and Kames Corner, the bookshop. He was nostalgic about things.
Right.
So he was very interested.
Right.
And he was very kind. He told me so many things, intricate things, how to take care of your work, how to
Right.
photograph them, how to present them,
Right.
how to mount them.
Right.
So everything he told. No art school teaches you. And he even told me that, Dekho, this is what an art school must teach everybody. What kind of glue one should use, what kind of tape one should use, how to mount it,
Right.
how to present it,
How to display your work.
photograph it,
Okay.
how to sign it, keep it in the folder.
Even
one
how to
should-
sign it.
Yes. How
Wow.
to keep yourself clean. Without hand gloves, he never used to touch any work.
Right.
So that was a basic thing. And art gallery owner was teaching me that I was fortunate enough to
You learn things from Ibrahim Al-Qasim.
get that kind of experience.
Right.
And that was the first exhibition.
Uh-huh.
But I was actually changing my work a lot. I
Uh-huh.
was not constantly doing one kind of work.
Okay.
So I did some wood engravings after that.
Uh-huh.
He told me, why don't you show me some new work? I went and showed him. Oh, this is like Panchatantra. I think I will not be able to exhibit it.
Uh-huh.
This is not for me.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So, he didn't like it.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Uh-huh.
But okay, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But I like it, I'm doing it.
You did it because yeah.
So I did some mezzotins.
Uh-huh.
Some gallery, Espas Gallery gave me a show.
Uh-huh.
There I did a portfolio of wood engravings,
Right.
some mezzotins,
Uh-huh.
and some pastels.
Okay.
At that time, nobody was doing mezzotin. Nobody knew mezzotin. What is
Uh-huh.
mezzotin?
Right.
Nobody was really doing wood engraving.
Okay.
So to educate, rather, I printed a poster with cancellation blocks.
Okay.
After printing, you cancel the block,
Mhm.
so you can't take more prints from that same block again.
Okay.
So the print make it more authentic. The edition is a 10 means 10. You can't get 11th print from the same block because you have scratched it.
You have scratched it.
So I made a poster from that scratch block prints, and
Okay.
I kept that portfolio, cancellation print portfolio, also in the exhibition. All
Okay.
the blocks I displayed, all the tools,
Right.
all the plates,
Okay.
just to make people understand what printmaking is all about,
Okay.
how the technique works.
Right.
So that was my intention. So if people don't know, we must educate them.
Educate them. Right.
How best you can do that.
Absolutely.
That was my approach.
Okay.
And in the same thing at that time, we from the Gadhi studio
Uh-huh.
came together and started Printmakers Guild, Indian Printmakers Guild.
Okay.
12 of us working in Gadhi studios
Uh-huh.
came together and made this organization sort of thing,
Uh-huh.
which was never registered. But
Mhm.
we worked for 10 years. Till 2000, we held each year one exhibition
Okay.
and doing something new for every exhibition and
Okay.
making catalogs for every exhibition with some articles, some interviews
Okay.
in every catalog. So it should be a collector's item, not only images,
Uh-huh.
but there should be something more than the images, telling about the history, telling about the technique, telling
Right.
about something. Like one example, Krishna Reddy wrote one article for that.
Okay.
Jyoti Bhatt wrote for that.
Okay.
Even Jagmohan Chopra ji wrote about one article.
Okay.
So we had articles in every catalog. So
Okay.
that was a good beginning for us to make people aware that we are doing prints.
Prints.
So in Delhi at least, and I think in India,
Uh-huh.
Indian Printmakers Guild name was there.
Uh-huh.
People even today,
Right.
what the guild is doing nowadays, people ask.
Uh-huh.
Even today.
Even
we
today.
stopped in 2000
Okay.
as a group.
Okay.
But in 2021, people
People
still
still
ask,
inquire.
oh, what is guild doing? So I think one can say that is an achievement.
That is an achievement. Right.
So people are doing research about the group,
Mhm.
and Indian Makers Guild comes
Right.
in that. So
See.
that kind of activity we were very much doing in Gadhi Studios till 2000.
To South.
and I'm still working there.
Right.
On and off, I go to Gadi.
You're still working over there.
I'm still working there in Gadi
Okay.
studio.
Okay.
But my intention was doing some dimensional prints.
Uh-huh.
And in printmaking, normally even the etching has got some dimension, but which is very not visible.
Right.
It cannot be tactical.
Right.
If you just take embossed print, you may feel it,
Uh-huh.
but otherwise visually you can't make it.
Right.
So I started doing pulp cast. I
Okay.
saw in Lalit Kala Somnath Ghosh Wound series
Mm-hmm.
catalog.
Right.
I just saw it
Okay.
and I got the impression how it can be done.
Right.
Because I have seen handmade paper being done in Pune.
Right.
In Handmade Paper Institute. They were making handmade prints.
Right.
So I knew how the paper is made.
How the paper is
So
made.
I started recycling old paper
Mm-hmm.
and making pulp and doing cast.
Okay.
In 91, 92 I started,
Okay.
and in 96 I got first exhibition with Alkazi again of the pulp cast.
For the podcast. Okay.
For the pulp cast.
Okay.
No gallery was willing to show my work.
Okay.
So they were skeptical about whether it will stay for long or not. Pulp doesn't stay for long, canvas
Okay.
stays. I told you never know whether you will stay tomorrow or not.
Right.
Why you bother about the if you take care of it,
Right.
the
absolutely.
manuscript stays for years together.
Absolutely.
Hundreds of years they are there.
Yes, absolutely.
It doesn't and if you don't take the care of canvas, the canvas
Even the canvas will get spoiled.
next year it will get some fungus.
Absolutely.
So it how you take care, nothing. Material doesn't really bother much.
Right.
This is my expression and I'm doing this way. If you like it, show it. Otherwise, leave it. So, but he gave me one-man show
Mm-hmm.
and really gave me a footing
Mm-hmm.
in paper pulp again.
Okay.
And I got senior fellowship
Uh-huh.
for that. And that was my project, sort of project.
Okay.
That was my catalog as a submission.
Right.
This is what I have done in 2 years. This
Right.
is my show.
Right.
So for 2 years I was doing pulp printmaking
Pulp
in
print.
pulp only, and I still do pulp.
You still
Pulp
do pulp.
cast.
Pulp cast.
Pulp cast, because there you can really give the physical dimension to your image.
Okay.
It becomes really low relief kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in pulp cast, pulp is one medium
Mm-hmm.
that it cannot hide any surface
Okay.
from which you have taken the cast. It reveals in that.
Okay.
If you are using styrofoam, it
Mhm.
will give the feel of styrofoam. If
Right.
it is wood, it will
Right.
give the feel of wood.
Okay.
Stone, whatever.
Whatever.
The pulp is so palpable and so soft.
Right.
It gives immediate effect
Right.
of the medium from where you have cast.
Right.
If you are creating images in some medium and making mold and taking cast, it shows.
It shows.
And if you are sourcing material around, arranging them and taking cast, it also shows.
It also shows.
So I thought that is a versatile medium,
Mm-hmm.
and I really explored it and I really enjoyed it, and
Mhm.
still doing that.
We're still doing that.
But the thing is, in prints,
Mhm.
like in etchings or in lithographs
Right.
or in woodcuts,
Right.
you create your image, you draw your image, you
Right.
build your image with
Right.
crayons, lines, and everything.
Right.
Here you build your image with pulp, with textures, with surfaces,
Right.
which looks like abstract.
Okay.
But maybe I don't really feel that is abstract because it tells a story.
It is a story.
Tells the story about the surface. What is
Right.
abstract in that? So I really don't call it them abstract.
Okay.
People say, oh, there is no figure, but the figure is also an abstract thing. If you
Mhm.
draw it, it is not like that.
Right.
You are just getting the contour of it, but the figure is not is lively. It's not living there. You
Right.
are making something representational of that sort.
Right.
So everything is abstract and everything is very realistic at the same
Realistic.
time.
At the same time.
So for me, it's the same thing.
Same thing.
So I'm still doing prints,
Okay.
etching. I do enjoy mezzotints,
Everything.
wood cuts, wood engraving, whatever comes to my mind. I change a lot. I change every theme. I change the medium or the scale,
Okay,
and then enjoy it because there is some challenge.
there's some challenge.
Otherwise, you just follow the rut.
Sir, it was nice talking to you.
Thank you.
And like what I can understand, like it was like for you, it was a roller coaster ride, right from Pune, from Baroda to land up in Delhi with Gari and like still working and
Yeah.
still being creative and productive with your work.
That is the way you should live it.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
a
you for
lot.
the time.